Hello Year 2 and welcome to another history lesson. As it's Big Garden Birdwatch weekend from this Friday, I thought we would link history with our Bird Week. So today we are going to be learning about very popular Victorian pets, which were birds. So follow the video and then at the end there'll be an activity for you to do. Victorian pet birds. Birds were a very popular pet in Victorian times because they didn't take up much room at home. They became little companions for Victorian ladies and for families who didn't have space for a larger animal in their home, such as a dog. The birds were kept in cages. You can see a selection of Victorian cages up here. Or if they were larger birds, they were kept outside in an aviary. You can see an aviary here in the background. Popular birds to keep were canaries, cockatoos and other parrots, warblers, wrens and jackdaws and rose linnets, peacocks, owls, ravens and crows. Now, canaries were popular as they were very affectionate to their owners and they required fresh, clean water every day, and their diet was plain black and white canary seed mix, and they were occasionally given a little lint seed mix. And Victorians would often give their canaries castor oil to keep them healthy. And in the autumn time, they would give them apples and vegetables to calm the canary down when it would molt and lose some of its feathers, and it would get very anxious. Now, if Victorians had guests to visit, they might cover the canary cage up with a cloth and put it in a dark part of the house beforehand. This is because when they would then bring the canary cage out to show the guests, the canary would wake up and begin to sing for attention. Some wealthy Victorian families with big country mansions and large gardens kept peafowl, which are peacocks and peahens, and they would parade across the lawns displaying their feathers. Now, a male is called the peacock, and he has luminous tail feathers covered with colourful eye patterns of blue, red and gold. You can see that in this close-up here. It really does look like an eye, doesn't it? But the female, the peahen, only had brown feathers. Now, peacocks are omnivores, and that means that they eat meat as well as vegetables. So they like to eat things like berries and grains and fruit, as well as insects and small reptiles like grass snakes. Cockatoos were popular Victorian pets because they were entertaining and they could speak. And their diet includes fresh, clean water, nuts, fruit, seeds, insects, and some flowers. And cockatoos have large feathers on their head, very distinct feathers. Can you see them here? And that's how you can tell them apart from other parrots. So they're very bright feathers sticking up out of the top of their head. They also had strong beaks, and they would climb with these beaks as well as eat and hold things with them. Now, smaller parrots were known as parakeets, and you can see a couple here. Now, these are budgies or budgerigars, these ones. In Victorian times, ravens were very, very rare because so many had been captured to become pets. They were really, really popular. And they were taken from their nests as babies, as fledglings, and they were sold at the market to wealthy families. Now, they needed to be kept in a large cage when they kept inside, and they were extremely popular because their feathers were so shiny and glossy, and they could be taught to speak. Some wealthy people even had a servant to look after them. We don't see very many ravens these days. You can see them in London now at the Tower of London if you ever go and visit the Tower of London. Other popular birds that were kept were jackdaws, wrens and warblers. Now, jackdaws were popular because they were much smaller than a raven, but they had the same sort of look, and they had grey feathers on the back of their neck. And you could tell them apart from other birds because they had little grey-white eyes, whereas most of other birds had little brown or black beady eyes. And jackdaws could also be trained to speak some words. Wrens and warblers were popular because they were small, delicate little birds, and you could fit them in a little small cage. Now, all of these birds were wild birds, and they were easy to catch for free, so people could just go to the woods and catch them. Now, that's something that we can't do today because wild birds are not kept as pets. It is illegal to keep wild birds as pets. It's against the law unless you've got a special license. Have another look at the video, choose one of the birds to draw and just write a little bit about it. You could even add some labels like I have. I'm looking forward to seeing your work.